What's going on, moviegoers? If you're new to the channel, my name is Christian. Welcome to Zero Productions. A possible Isaiah Bradley Disney Plus series? Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Isaiah Bradley and his story is something a lot of fans out there want to see. And what better format to tell a great story in a 6 to 8 episode, or maybe a 6 to 10 episode, really giving us the flashback sequences of a younger version of Isaiah Bradley, but also have it tie in to multiple events moving forward into the MCU, you guys. I'm telling you, this would be huge. This is coming from Murphy's Multiverse. You guys, I'm telling you, I got so much notes right now taken down. There's so much we can talk about a potential series about Isaiah Bradley, because there's so much more story to tell. So much more story. Yes, I know we got a little bit of clarification moving forward in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You know what I mean? We got his story told, you know, the Steve Rogers or Captain America Museum, whatever. But there's so much more we can do with this, you guys. So much more. You cast a younger version of Carl Lumbly. You cast a younger version of Isaiah Bradley. I have my fan casting. I won't get into it now, so you guys are going to have to wait. But you guys, this is big stuff. Let me read you guys some of this article. Exclusive. Malcolm Spellman talks Carl Lumbly and a potential Isaiah Bradley series. Following the finale of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I was able to sit down for a short chat with showrunner, Captain America 4 co-writer, Malcolm Spellman. Charles Murphy. Carl Lumbly was fantastic. Stole every scene he was in. What kind of discussions did you have with him in his prep for the role? Malcolm Spellman. Kari, the director, prepped the actors, and they called me off for rehearsal. I was getting phone calls like, oh my God, he just gave us chills. In all honesty, when I saw the audition that day, he had it. I kind of got choked up watching him just in the audition. That dude was dialed in. He owned that. He's a certain age, and he owned that in a way that no one could have imagined. Ooh. This is Charles Murphy, the interviewer. If Marvel gave you the call and asked, do you want to work with us on an Isaiah Bradley series? You'd be there? Malcolm Spellman. Instantly. There's no doubt that Lumbly's emotional performance caused fans across the world to react similar to Spellman and the Marvel Studios crew. Should Marvel Studios decide to tell more of his story, a series where Bradley tells his story to his grandson, Elijah, could feature flashbacks that would make his story feel even more complete. And I agree. You can tie this story in to the story of Elijah Bradley moving forward, because if you guys know who Elijah Bradley is, he is Patriot, which will be joining the Young Avengers, because we all know that's what Marvel Studios is kind of leaning towards right now, the Young Avengers route. We have Miss Marvel, we have Kate Bishop, you have, Patriot, you have Spider-Man. We're getting to the point of the Young Avengers, you guys, and that's what Marvel Studios is really headed for. Which I don't have, it doesn't bother me. I think it's a good idea. We're in the rebuilding phase right now of the MCU, so we need all new faces and new blood, in order to capture the essence of the future of the MCU. But this works out so perfectly, you guys. There's so much to talk about, so much. Okay, so Carl Lumbly obviously will be coming back, and playing Isaiah Bradley, the older version, but casting a younger version of Isaiah Bradley to do these flashback scenes. I definitely would give John David Washington, Denzel Washington's son, a call and have him do a one-off series. No contracts, nothing that, you don't have to come back and do this, do that. You got this one series, and John would kill it in this role. That would be my fan casting. And I also would get Spike Lee to direct or produce on this series. That would also be huge, you guys. And I'm pretty sure Spike Lee would love to do something like this. This is right up his alley. Literally, right up his alley. What else? So Isaiah Bradley telling the full story to Elijah. He's never really told him what happened. He never really gave him any in-depth detail about what happened. He felt inspired after the events of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. He's a changed man. Sam really opened up his heart. He wants to tell his story now. So he tells his grandson his story, the full story. And in each episode, you can do flashback scenes. You guys, it could work so well. Flashback scenes of him saving his brothers, being experimented on, being in prison. Things of that nature you can do, and you can do it well. So well. You guys, it would be fantastic. Obviously, it takes place during World War II. And then this is where you kind of mix in the story of Elijah Bradley. Now, Elijah Bradley feels so inspired. He wants to be like his uncle. He wants to be like Sam. He wants to be like the new Captain America. Obviously, with Sam, being Black Captain America has definitely put a bunch of smiles on a bunch of people's faces and has inspired a lot of people to really take on a better image. So you can use that with Patriot. And in the comic books, this is where it gets interesting. So MGH is a drug Elijah was taking. The mutant growth hormone gave him some kind of powers. So, physical strength, things of that nature. What if he takes this and something happens? He becomes addicted to it. Something along the lines of him struggling, and Isaiah sees that. And he's like, well, what's going on with you? I did this to be like you, Grandpa. I did this to be like, Sam. I have to be better. And then obviously with the addiction of the drug, he has to continuously take it or whatever, because it does take place in Baltimore. Baltimore, crazy ass city. But you can really do so much with that and expand on his character and then have something happen to Elijah where Isaiah has to give him a blood transfusion, right, in order to save his life. But he knows what this will do. He knows what this will do to Elijah. This will give him his superpowers, his strength, his abilities, all that good stuff. It would give Elijah that. And him becoming Patriot in a Young Avengers series or movie. I can definitely see something like that happening, you guys. Absolutely. It would play a great story. A really good story. You know what I mean? Guys, oh my gosh. And obviously flashback scenes, so many flashback scenes. You call, Sebastian Stan back. Hey, we need you to do a couple of scenes. You're going to be fighting Isaiah Bradley, a young version. So dope. I would love to see that fight. Because when we first introduced, them, I was just like, oh shit, they fought each other? What? Damn. Like, absolutely. And even more interesting, which I feel like they can really capitalize off. You cast a younger version of King T'Chaka. And King T'Chaka and Isaiah Bradley has once upon a time have crossed paths on a mission. Trying to stop Claw, Hydra, whatever, you name it. They cross paths and they work together on this little side mission. That would be so awesome to see. And Isaiah Bradley, Captain America, and a young version of King T'Chaka. OMG, that would be so awesome to see, you guys. I know that's a far stretch, but I feel like it could happen. Why not? Let's get deep into the storytelling of the MCU. You guys, you heard it here first. Kevin Feige, if you're watching this video and you heard it and you like my story, you ain't gotta pay me. Just give me some credit, you know what I mean? Give me some free tickets to a couple of premieres. I'll be cool with it. You know what I'm saying? But you guys, it's a fantastic idea. I really do like the idea of an Isaiah Bradley spinoff series. You know what I mean? It could be 10 episodes long. It could be 10 episodes long so they can flesh out a great story for Isaiah and for Elijah. Because obviously, Elijah's going to be returning to the MCU. We just don't know how. But I feel like if you're going to do a series like this, you can kickstart Patriot for Elijah moving forward. It could really work, and Marvel could capitalize off that shit, especially doing a series like this, man. Keep it very pro-black, keep it real. You know what I mean? You have Malcolm Spellman co-writing it, or, being head writer, whatever. Like I said, Spike Lee to direct a couple episodes, or have different, directors in there. Absolutely. Why not? Let's get it popping. But post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about a potential Isaiah Bradley Disney Plus series. Thoughts, opinions. Do you like some of my storytelling, with the whole, encountering a young version of King T'Chaka? How would you guys tell this story? Post your comments down below, you guys. And thank you for taking time today for watching Zero Productions. Peace.